My name is Radako Kunubi. Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to Kickoff Sports Show, the last edition for the week. And it is the third day in the month of February. Well, games are back as you expected. As you expect them on your screens. Whilst we'll be monitoring games tomorrow. Remember, Everton Arsenal, that will be the first game of Sean Dyche, who's now in charge of Everton. But remember, tonight Fulham will take on Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge. But first, let's look at updates coming from the world of tennis. We have the Davis Cup qualifications scheduled for today. We also have other tournaments in the world of tennis, the Lyon Open. But let's look at this set of stories here where Caroline Garcia came from a set behind to beat Alison Van Uytvanck and progress to the quarterfinal of the Lyon Open. The French top seed looked to be in trouble as Belgian Van Uytvanck eased to the first set before Garcia found her feet to come back and overwhelm her opponent 2-6, 6-love, 6-1. That's that, but let's look at other results from the world of tennis. Well, Danka Kovic, Anastasia Potapova, Marina Zanevskar, Caroline Garcia, Jasmine Paolini all moved to the next round. And remember, games will be going down today at the Lyon Open, where we have some mouth-watering encounter for today. Alicia Parks will be up against Danka Kovic by 12:30 as Anastasia Potapova battle Marina Zanevskar and Caroline Garcia battle Jasmine Paolini, with Maria Osorio taking on Linda Noskova. These are the quarterfinal games, and the winners of this particular encounter will be moving to the semi-final round, and Sunday we'll be watching who gets to lift the Lyon Open title. Remember, we're live on Facebook, facebook.com/solutions939fm, facebook.com/solutions939fm, also on YouTube, join on our YouTube channel, Solutions939fm. Click, subscribe, like, and share. Now moving straight and talking basketball, where Indiana Pacers lost against the LA Lakers 111-112 at home. And Memphis Grizzlies lost on the road 113-128 points against Cleveland Cavaliers. New York Knicks defeated Miami Heat 106-104 points, while Chicago Bulls defeated Charlotte Hornets 114-98 points. It was a landslide victory for Chicago Bulls, while Dallas Mavericks lost 106-1. Dallas Mavericks defeated New Orleans Pelicans by 111-106 points. Looking at other results, Denver Nuggets defeated Golden State Warriors 134-117 points as Milwaukee Bucks and LA Clippers 106-105 points. Those are the results in the NBA this morning. Those games were played in the wee hours of today, but Western Conference All-Star reserves included 3 first-time selections headlined by most improved player candidates Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Laurie Markkanen. The reserves announcement on Thursday followed the starter review a week earlier, where Los Angeles Lakers megastar LeBron James was named captain of the West team. He will be joined by Dallas Mavericks MVP candidate Luka Doncic, New Orleans Pelicans powerhouse Zion Williamson, reigning back-to-back MVP of the Denver Nuggets Nikola Jokic, and Golden State Warriors icon Steph Curry. I mean, this is what we call All-Star, right? Okay, now let's move straight to the second half of the show where we talk football. Remember, we're live on Facebook, facebook.com/solutions939fm, facebook.com/solutions939fm, YouTube and Facebook. Well, what a news yesterday for teams under. I mean, there was a team that was the clash between Bayelsa United and Doma United. The interim management committee (IMC) has deducted 3 points and 3 goals from Bayelsa United following assault on assistant referee to Ojala Ebenezer at the Samson Siasia Stadium in Yenagoa on Wednesday, match day 5 of the NPFL with Doma United. The sanction followed a review of the official match reports of the midweek game against Doma United, which ended 1-1. I saw that report I saw the decision of the RMC. So many. For Bayelsa United, they've been told to pay more than ₦1 million. One, assaulting match official. Two, not being able to bring more security officials to the stadium to secure games. So, more to come from this, but according to that statement from the interim management company, Bayelsa United has 48 hours or more, to come give their own part of the story. But failure to do so, that means that they will have to cough out the money. Also, the games, their subsequent games will be played behind closed doors. I mean, their home games will now be played behind closed doors right then by Elsa. A move away from that, and let's look at the fixtures of games in the NPFL schedule for this weekend. Match day 6 of the NPFL going down this weekend. Gombe United will be on the road against Bendel Insurance, and this game looks like hot knife and butter for Bendel Insurance. Bendel Insurance is playing at home. Gombe United is going on the road, but don't let us over predict this one. Let's keep our fingers crossed, right? Imbada lost against Remo Stars in the midweek. We'll be back home where they take on El Kanemi Warriors, while Remo Stars will be on the road against Aqua United. Dakada FC host Abia Warriors. Doma United will be up against Rivers United after picking a point on the road. Niger Tornadoes to take on Lobby Stars at home, while Plateau United welcomes Kwara United. Shooting Star Sports Club of Ibadan will be at the Lagos Salami Stadium at Damasing by Ibadan, where they take on Nasarawa United, and Bayelsa United will be on the road against Sunshine Stars of Akure. Wiki Tourist of Bochi will take on Enugu Rangers. These are the games that are scheduled for the match day 6 in the NPFL. Away from the NPFL this morning, let's just quickly look at updates coming from Nigeria. Now, Egypt-bound Nigeria and Zambia under-20 teams clash in a prestige encounter at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium today, in what promises to be a fierce encounter, with both gearing up for the African under-20 Cup of Nations starting in a North African nation in the fourth night. A 35-man delegation of the 2017 AFCON Under-20 Championship landed at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport on Thursday aboard an Ethiopian airline flight from Addis Ababa. The delegation included 23 players and 12 officials. Let us also hope that a Nigerian team can learn from this friendly. Let's go straight to Italy. Remember, Juventus has been struggling since their 15-point deduction, but it went into the Coppa Italia clash last night against Lazio and they proved themselves.
Cataldi, Felipe Anderson might fancy a shot, and Perin knew where his post was. Chiesa kept it in play. Chiesa sends it back in. Now it's Kostic. Good ball in for Bremer, and Juventus have the breakthrough. Just before the interval, Bremer stayed forward from the corner, and he was picked out supremely well by Kostic. One goal sufficed for Juventus tonight against Lazio, just as it did for Inter against Atalanta. We will have a two-legged Derby d'Italia in the Coppa Italia Frecciarossa.
So that was what happened last night. 1-0 in favor of Juventus. But now let's just quickly look at what we're going down across Europe this weekend. Looking Germany, France, England, same as Spain. Looking at the Italian Serie A this weekend, well, maybe some key players will be back in action for their sides. But Asian radio station, baby. Apologies for that breaking transmission. We'll go straight to the Italian Serie A. Lecce will be on the road against Cremonese. AS Roma to take an Empoli. Sassuolo will be up against Atalanta. While Spezia hosts Napoli. Torino will be up against Udinese. As Fiorentina will be up against Bologna. AC Milan travels to play Inter Milan. I mean, that is going to be the Milan derby come this weekend. Verona to take on Lazio. Sampdoria against Monza. As Juventus will hope to continue with that positive run, most especially with the result that came their way in the Coppa Italia when they taken Salernitana. Now, away from that, let us look at the German Bundesliga. Tonight, Augsburg will take on Bayern Leverkusen. And for other matches scheduled for this weekend, it's going to be a tough one. Where Bochum will be up against Hoffenheim, Dortmund to take on Freiburg, Eintracht Frankfurt to take on Hertha Berlin, FC Köln against RB Leipzig, as Union Berlin will be up against Mainz, Borussia Mönchengladbach to take on Schalke, as Stuttgart will be up against Werder Bremen, and Bayern Munich to take on Wolfsburg. Well, it's going to be a tough one tonight. If the whole money spent in the transfer markets can help Chelsea going further, as Chelsea will be up against Fulham. Here is Graham Potter talking about one man coming from Benfica, Enzo Fernandez.
I've been involved too long to know that you can't. There's some things you can't control, and from my perspective, I couldn't do anything at that point to change anything. So I found out when it was done, and obviously I'm very, very pleased because we've got a fantastic player, and we're looking forward to working with him. Well, we'll see. We've got to go through the paperwork, and he's got to make sure he gets the clearance and all that. But yeah, I spoke to him. My Spanish isn't great, and his English is not great, so we needed a translator. But again, we'll get there. Impressive young man, and again, really looking forward to, really excited to work with him.
Okay, so on that we hang up and we'll move to the other side of the M Update this morning as we look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. My name is Oladapo Kunubi, aka Youngster. Can I remember, go get your PVC's election. We're still counting down. If you're ready, we're ready.
Solutions 93.9 FM.
gbogbo èèyàn ló máa ti máa ṣe bolóyè Adébáyọ̀ Adélabú Pẹ̀nkẹ̀lẹ̀ Mẹ́ẹ̀sì ọmọ níbi níran ni ó ti ṣetán láti gbé ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ débùté ògo ká fi ìbò wa gbé ojúlówó ọmọ Pẹ̀nkẹ̀lẹ̀ wọlé àkọọdù lẹ́gbẹ́ wa òkè téńté la wà lórí ìwé ìdìbò ká fi ìka wa sọ̀rọ̀ gbé olóyè tó lọ́gbọ́n tó mọ ààtò òlú dépò kí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lè gòkè àgbà. Báyọ̀ Adélabú la fẹ́, ọ̀rẹ́ olówó ni, ọ̀rẹ́ mẹ̀kúnnù ni pẹ̀lú. Báyọ̀ Adélabú dé, ìrànlọ́wọ́ dé fún tilé toko.
Gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti gbáradì nírẹ̀ pẹ́tẹ́ pé gbogbo wa la máa jáde dìbò fún Pẹ̀nkẹ̀lẹ̀.
Yàgò fún jàgídíjàgan òṣèlú, má johun èlò bú fólùdíje tàbẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú kankan. Ọjọ́ ọ̀la ẹni títà òṣè ká gbowó lọ́wọ́ olóṣèlú, má dánwò. Má ta ìbò rẹ o, ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ nìbò rẹ. Kọ́gẹ̀dẹ̀ tá a fi ó ṣàgbàgbà ó mọ̀ bá a sòwò rẹ ní Solutions 93.9 FM fi ṣàgbàtẹ̀rù kéde yìí.
Great people of your South Senatorial District, what do you want?
Freedom, development, youth empowerment.
That is right. Here is another 4 years opportunity to get it right in your South Senatorial District. Cast your vote for Honorable Oluwasegun Theophilus Oladimeji Otto under the auspices of Labour Party as our representative at the National House of Assembly, Senate. Otto, a man of the people, credible and intelligent leader, social transformer, an advocate for youth empowerment always. On this note, market men and women, artisans, civil servants, students across all levels, social groups, religious houses and many others, vote for for Honorable Oluwasegun Theophilus Oladimeji Otto to represent Oyo South Senatorial District on the Labour Party with the logo of a father, mother, and children. Let's do it together. No carryover. Vote for Otto. Labour Party! Forward ever!
Then say wetin man go be tomorrow. Na he go begin the arrange for am. All we Naija youth. Shey una know say these general elections wey don dey waka kurukere dey come for road. He fit do with your tomorrow. So, Naija youth, go collect your PVC. Your votes na your rights. This message na from Solutions 93.9 FM. Ibadan.
A man without a vote is a man without protection. It's 21 days to the 2023 election.
This message is powered by a Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 939 FM.
It's a beautiful Friday morning right here on the Remedy Dial Solutions 93.9, exactly 19 minutes gone past 9, and it's time for From the Dailies, where we take you on a tour on different stories making the front pages of our Nigerian newspapers. My name is Victory Richard.
Oladapo Kunubi is my name. You're welcome this morning. I've got Punch and the Nation newspapers here. And we are getting different reactions, most especially concerning the new Naira, their newly redesigned Naira notes, different stories. And, you know, when you came in, we were talking about the traffic in town.
It's unbelievable.
And when you see traffic, you should understand why there is traffic in town.
When you're struggling to get everything, you're struggling to get fuel, you're struggling to get the new Naira notes, you're struggling to get your PVC, you're struggling to make payment, everything is frustrating as it is.
And for some banks, they decided to block some mobile apps without prior notice. And there's no money. Okay. All right.
Well, I'll be taking the Nigerian Tribune and the Vanguard newspaper. Do remember that we are live on Facebook as well as YouTube at facebook.com/solutions939. We would appreciate that you drop your 2 cents regarding the state of the nation. Let's begin with the papers. Alright, starting with the Nigerian Tribune this morning, 2 killed, over 40 trapped, 20 rescued as 2-story building collapses in Abuja. Southern Middle Belt leaders reaffirms Obi as preferred candidate. Distribution problem, panic, buying, greed fuel petrol scarcity. Kyari is making the statement. And now to the banner headline, CBN directs banks to pay 20,000 naira over the counter. Or either to that, Apex Bank, police, or the agencies to prosecute sellers, abusers of naira. Naira redesign, good for economy, present hardship, temporary. FG is making the statement. Okay. Customs seize fake dollars worth 2.7 billion naira in Lagos. 2.7 billion naira dollars. Okay, worth. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You know, anytime you see the naira, the you know, currency design, there's a way it sparks on Nigerians. I understand.
Bolanle ballistic report ready. Witness tells court how Vondi was disarmed. You can read up on that on page 7. Another headline here on the Nigerian Tribune. In Osun, Tinubu vows to succeed Buhari. Read up on that on page 3. Atiku Okuwa working to secure debt relief for Nigeria. Campaign Council is making that statement. PDP accuses Wike of anti-party activities, denies working with APC. So we are done with January and we're in February, and Wike is yet to announce who his alleging his support.
Tactics.
Pledging his support to, rather. Okay. How UK rejected request to repatriate ex-minister Daziani. Interpol is making that statement. These are the headlines on the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Going straight to the Nation newspaper here, where NNPCL firm signed $740 million pact to fix Kaduna refinery. That's the first headline you can get on the top of the Nation newspaper. Edwin Clark slams Okowa, asks governor to quit race. Now, looking at the yellow line headline with a little bit of red one, it says presidential poll. Kwankwanso forecloses alliance with other parties. Wike explains cancellation of permit for Atiku's rallies venue. We will deliver plateau to APC candidates, say Nentawe youths. PRP candidate Abiola promises true federalism. Now, looking at other headlines, CBN pegs daily withdrawal occurs counter at 20,000 naira. The riders to this headline: cashless banks turn back customers. APC governors to meet president today. We hope that that meeting will be very fruitful. The banner headline this morning: El Rufai Fashola, Buhari's backing for Tinubu solid. And the riders to this headline: president supporting APC candidate, says Lai Mohammed. No split in APC. And we have the front page of the Nation newspaper. The front page picture showing Bola Ahmed Tinubu's campaign rally right there in Osun State. And it says APC candidates restate commitment to job creation, credit facility for businesses. Other headlines: Nigerian satellites to serve 54 African nations. Supreme Court okays Oyetola. You want to know more about that court case? Go get the Nation newspaper.
All right, away from the Nation, let's now move over to the Vanguard newspaper. Beginning with this headline: CBN directs bank to pay redesigned Naira notes over the counter. Federal government worried over hardship caused by Naira redesign. Minister of Finance is making that statement. Buhari's foreign trips, not enough. Onyema is speaking there. INEC to conduct mock voters accreditation exercise at 12 polling units in Oyo State. Only thing left for APC PDP to bank on is propaganda money. Kwankwaso is speaking there. No seat at home during elections, only interested in Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. IPOB is making that statement. Custom confiscates fake $6 million passport of various nationals at some borders. More stories from the Vanguard newspaper. Benway grazing law. I have become a target for blackmail. Elimination. Autumn is speaking there. Kanu court dissolves Ganduje's daughter's 16-year-old marriage. These are the stories you can find on the Vanguard newspaper.
You see, that's Ganduje's, marriage, dissolvement.
I can never understand why you want to get married
After 4 children.
I don't understand it.
No, she said she was tired, that she needed to move on. And, we've gotten to a stage where people will have to speak up. When you're not okay in a relationship, despite the children you have, it's better for you to speak up. And you feel like if you are going to be okay, maybe you take the court decision. But we first need to know how they got married. Maybe it was a civil wedding.
Marrying a minor, it's ridiculous.
Well, after 4 children, you're saying you're not okay. Well, everybody's got a reason for every decision they take. Now, looking at the Punch newspaper this morning, missing crude probe. RJ refers reps to Malami. Page 20 of Punch newspaper has a story. PDP knocks Wike, accuses governor of anti-party activities. The pocket headline: VP Clark says Okowa betrayed South. Governors protest. And the banner headline this morning: New Naira crisis. Aso Rock forces inciting Nigerians against APC. Aso Rock forces inciting Nigerians against APC. El Rufai. Okay. We have 3 riders to that headline. Kabam is informing Buhari. Atiku benefiting from a Naira confusion. Kaduna governor. Come out to vote even if they devalue naira drastically, Tinubu tells supporters. CBN policy inflicting pain on the masses, businesses. NLC, TUC, Niger governor. And we have the front page picture on the Punch newspaper this morning. That happened in Abuja yesterday, where the headline to that picture says 3 killed as Abuja building collapses after extra floor. And the other set of headlines: bandits display new naira notes, experts indict bankers. Wow. UK turned down Diziani's extradition request, says AIG. Smuggling, government shut 270 filling stations. Page 19 of Punch has that story. And I'm more particular about this headline: bandits display new naira notes, experts indict bankers. If bandits will have new naira notes and Nigerians are struggling in getting new naira notes, some are even saying that don't worry, just give us old naira notes, we don't mind. But if people like this are getting new naira notes, so who do we blame? Who do we push this to?
They didn't just get new naira notes, they had words of over 10 million naira in the
for
new
them
currency.
to display, you know. And what is trending right now is naira to naira. Do you know what that means? It shows that you have to buy naira at a particular price. If you want to get 10,000 naira from POS operators, you have to either pay 1,000 naira or 1,005 or 2,000 naira.
That's even POS. You can get, there's a black market for
buying naira
currency now.
No, let's say black market for naira.
Well, black market for naira, whatever you choose to call it. It is painful. It is painful to see the ordeals that we're facing as a country right now. It is disheartening. Well, we'll be connecting with our analyst shortly to give us more credence to the conversation this morning. But do remember that you can be a part of it by joining us online on Facebook as well as YouTube at facebook.com/solutions939. Let's know your thoughts regarding the present situation of our nation.
Okay, so let's go straight to it. That's a burning issue this morning, and we have to listen to the Finance Minister Zainab Ahmed while speaking yesterday to State House correspondents, talking about the federal government angle to what is currently happening to Nigerians in getting the new naira notes, also how the new naira policy has gone so far.
The hardship that the redesign is causing to the citizens, of course we are worried. We're not happy that citizens have to queue and struggle at bank ATMs to be able to get their cash. But this is a temporary solution. Let me just give you an analogy. If you have a wound, for you to be able to heal that wound, it needs to be dressed. And sometimes when you go to the hospital, they'll put iodine on the wound, and it is very painful. But it's necessary to do that to be able to get the wound to heal. So it's not easy, and Mr. President is not happy that citizens are really suffering. But we're convinced that it is something that needs to be done at this time. And also, the central bank has been responsive in terms of providing some extension and also further explanation that come the closing date, that it's not all over, that there's still opportunity for citizens, as provided for in the CBN Act Section 20, subsection 3, to actually take their old currency to the central bank for redemption. So it's not all over. But the positive side of it is that there's a lot of currency that has been mopped up by this operation, and it means it has achieved a good level of success.
So I will say this here. You can
Finance Minister, let's let people know. that's the voice of the Finance Minister.
Yes,
Zainab Ahmed.
I would say this: you can only understand the pain that you have experienced. Now, we don't see these politicians at the ATM or at the bank counter queuing to get new naira notes. So
Victor,
you telling me
Victor
to
did his handshake.
You telling me to hold on temporarily and giving me an analogy of how a wound takes time to heal is not something I want to understand, because I don't see you queuing at the ATM. As I was coming to work, you needed to see the people at several ATMs queuing for money that they worked hard to earn.
Must we go through pains? Must we? Canadians, Americans, don't go through pains. There's so many processes.
The United Kingdom is also changing their currency from Queen Elizabeth to King Charles
to Charles.
And we don't see cases like this happening.
And this process, according to the information we got, started last year. So they are not ready to. They are not rushing.
You know,
they
like
are taking their time.
Like I said to you, it's one thing for you to want to implement a policy. Then it's another thing to ensure that everything that needed to be or everything that needs to happen for the execution to go smoothly is put into consideration. That's what we're facing now.
But Victory, let us switch it a bit. Are we not seeing Nigerians in a rush? Some people may just this is it. Sometimes people just put themselves under unnecessary pressure in rushing to get cash.
I don't think. I mean,
you see some people go to the ATM, withdraw because they want to sell. Not that because they want to use the money. It's because they want to sell the money.
I totally agree with you.
Some people are the ones putting Nigerians in these problems. Now, let us look at the fuel crisis. Some filling stations, the marketers get the fuel at the normal pump price. Bring it to their filling station and sell it at higher price.
At the normal pump price, I don't think so.
Now, this is where I'm going to, Victory.
I don't think so.
Okay. Someone got fuel yesterday at the normal pump price. At
185.
Yes,
that's now we don't have the normal pump price because
at the major marketers filling station. Okay. That's where I'm going to.
Okay.
Now, if we say the Ipman guys, they are selling, even if you want to add, not as far as selling a liter for 500 naira, for 450. That's where I'm going to do. Are the ones, putting hardship on ourselves.
I agree with you because I think Nigerians have a role to play, and that's why they say the change that you want to see begins with you. You see cases where, just as we have the POS guys now, putting exorbitant amounts to withdrawal rates. These people are also Nigerians. Now we're trying to mitigate the problems that were faced by the governments that were labeling, you're the cause of it. But we're also contributing to the problem. Now look at the current information we're seeing. The CBN said one of the reasons for putting this policy in place, the new Naira notes, is to curb insecurity. Now we have the bandits that are supposed
display new Naira notes.
The bandits are not supposed to have the Naira notes, displaying it and authoritatively saying that we have over 10 million Naira of the redesigned Naira notes.
Now DSS has been, running after people selling new Naira notes. Why hasn't DSS gone after bandits? Why hasn't the Nigerian army, the Nigerian police, gone after this set of people?
And it's funny because there's a video. They didn't just make a statement. They made a video displaying the amount.
There are ways you can trace this video, where it was posted, where it was recorded.
The question is, do we have the technical know-how? Because this is not the first time we're having cases like this, where bandits come out, do videos, post their locations, yet they have not been traced.
Okay, I think myself and Victory we're almost throwing punches here. But remember, the Friday edition of AM Updates is open mic. You've got opportunity to talk about different things on the headline or what is also happening in your environment. I also read yesterday that NLC is saying they are tired of complaining that Nigerians should now come out to complain with their PVCs during election is in the next 21 days. In case you are not sure of the countdown, we'll also let you know as we are counting down. If NLC is saying they are tired of complaining, the Nigerians should be the ones to come out on election day. So for the next 21 days, we should adapt to the current situation. Finance Minister also says that the analysis
is a temporal situation.
So when you have wound, you put iodine. So the pain is just a little. But are these people really feeling the pain?
How long are we going to be stretched? How long do we have to suffer? How long do we have to go through anguish? I work hard to earn my money. I will still have to work hard to withdraw the money. I'll still have to work hard to spend the money.
Victory. I said something like Nigerians are the ones causing problems, right? The CBN, according to the headline we have here, is at 20,000 naira across the counter, right? A bank, officer or the head of that branch gave a different information. Said it will be 20K from the ATM, while it is going to be 2K across the counter.
No, I think from the headline from the Nigerian Tribune, it's also stating that it's going to be 20,000 naira from the counter. Then ATM as well. ATM limits, I think it should be 20,000 naira.
This is where I'm going to, passing across information and taking your own decision. When 20K is meant to, because I got the headline yesterday that now they can even give new Naira notes from the counter. That was the decision of the CBN yesterday. But are these banks getting the new Naira note?
I think we should have gone past the whole idea of our banks having this money, because if bandits could have access to the money, it means the bank has the money.
0909-888-9939 or 0912-222-2939. 0909-888-9939 or 0912-222-2939. Remember, you've got 60 seconds to give your opinion on this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning
sir.
to you.
Yeah, I am Ademo from Masake.
Ademo, thank you for joining us. You've got 60 seconds. Let's go.
What we are facing now is the actual work of the central bank governor, the minister of finance, and our dear president. We have been keep saying this for over past 2 months now. It seems Mr. President does not want the presidential candidate of his party to win the election. And that is why he has put up this policy painful to an individual.
You think it's politically related, sir?
And the bandits are now displaying the new notes, which means Mr. Central Bank Governor, this financial of these bandits has been protected.
That's an allegation, sir.
Where did they get that money? They get it from Central Bank. Did they get the money from you? People there? No. Something must be done.
Thank you for your thoughts.
Something must be done. Thank you very much for that observation. Now, let me also state this. We've not heard a news where maybe a bullion van was hijacked. Do you understand? Maybe a bullion van was hijacked and the bandits got the money from that bullion van. Or maybe the bullion van made mistake of going to the
wrong address.
Wrong address. Yes, maybe that is also another thing here.
Because we've seen stories like that. 0909-888-9939. Good morning to you. Welcome to From the Dailies.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
Your name again, please.
Yes.
Kemi.
Oh, Kemi. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, I want to react on what PCC, the president after there has said that he's ready to succeed Buhari. We should be aware that we are tired of experiencing bad governance under the administration. None of what they promised Nigerians has been successfully delivered so far. This is a refinery or making 1 naira equals to $1. From yes, the promise they made to move Nigerians out of poverty. The level of poverty going on across the nation today, over 30 million Nigerians are in abject poverty. Is it unemployment? Look at our power supply. I mean, electricity power supply. There's no water, there's no fuel, there's no cash, there is no power supply. We keep experiencing hardship under the administration, and it feels we will still vote for them after their 8 years of failure. No, we deserve to experience good governance. Nigeria deserves better. I will encourage Nigeria to get their privacy and vote rightly in the next coming general election. Good morning, Kenny from.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I actually listened to what he said in Oshogbo yesterday, speaking of how he was a major factor and very instrumental to the emergence of President Buhari in the 2015 election. So he would succeed him. So I think it's always somewhat reiterating the Emiloko slogan. We've gone past that.
Well, I don't think he's even shying away from that, though. I mean, talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he's not shying away from the fact of Emiloko. And everybody has got their slogans, everybody has got their their decisions. I mean, if you're Nigerian, you also deserve, you can be voted for or vote for someone. You've got your franchise, right? So but the question is, how can you bring in a positive change?
They are not telling us that.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome to From the Dailies.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Aziz. I'm calling from Ekita.
Aziz, thank God it's Friday. Let's go. 60 seconds.
We are in electioneering period now. This is the period that the APC presidential candidates should be using their fulfilling promises to campaign for this election. But now they have failed to fulfill their promises. They promised us that they are going to rehabilitate our refinery. Till now, we hardly see any refinery now. That's why all the trillions of naira being spent on this project. And they are still feeling arrogance and failure. They have performed well. Is it the legacy? Is it this legacy that the presidential candidate is going to follow? The legacy of erratic power supply, the legacy of insurgency, the legacy of economic crisis. As in this APC federal government, they have failed bothfully. And I want to hold the Nigerians to shine their eyes well, not to be deceived again. To vote for the candidates that will prevail a positive change in Nigeria, not a deceitful change and next member of APC. May God help us.
Thank
Good
you.
morning.
I mean, he says something now that is about APC, and that's the reason that the likes of Nasir El-Rufai, Femi Fani-Kayode were saying that these policies were meant. I mean, they were meant to. They were brought up to to attack APC government, to affect to have a ripple effect. I mean, negative ripple effect on the campaign strategies of APC. Is it about the APC? Are we politicizing, or we are shifting the goalpost here?
I think that if you have to restate that President Buhari has a solid backing for the APC candidate, it means there's a problem somewhere that you're not telling us. It's questionable.
Maybe there's an internal crisis.
Yes,
in
this
APC.
is the third time they're coming to say, "Oh, President." But the first time was, "Oh, the president hasn't followed Tinubu for campaign." Then the president now announced that he'll be going for campaign at 10 states, I think, or thereabouts. And now you're also coming back to tell us that Buhari's backing for Tinubu is solid. There's a problem somewhere that you're not telling us. There's no smoke without fire.
But another thing we also need to look at is you don't expect Mr. President to be going all round for campaigns. He's got a lot on his table. I mean, he traveled a few days ago to different countries, and you can't expect someone to leave his official assignment and be traveling up and down. Maybe if he wants to do that, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, the vice president, should have stood in for Mr. President while he's going with Tinubu. But if that should be the case, that means a Professor Yemi Oshibajo should have also worked with Tinubu to campaign.
What this is telling me is there's something questionable going internally at the APC's camp.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Balkis Onodion from Ibadan.
Thank you, Balkis. Let's go 60 seconds.
Okay, as regards the new Naira note,
Okay.
from Tuesday, that was the idea that the old notes ought to fade out. So, from my counting, today makes it 4 days, and our commercial banks are already overwhelmed. And due to increased mobile transactions, there are a lot of crises in their internet services. This is supposed to be a partial cashless policy, and we are having financial crisis. What are the substantial measures that Emir and President Buhari have put in place for SMEs and those in interlands? I mean, we have money, but we are unable to purchase items. What is the way out? Good morning.
Morning to you. Speaking about how the network is messy, I was made a transfer outside the country since last week Tuesday, and up until now, I'm yet to receive the money.
And the person made a screenshot of the
yes,
transaction.
the person has sent the screenshot. And some people too, they've been making transactions and they don't have, their lot yet.
I will share my story with you after this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome to From the Dailies.
Hello, good morning.
I'm calling from Malakia.
Ayo, thank you for joining us. Let's go.
Yeah, to me, I think the CBN and the midfield are the real problem of this new Naira note scarcity. The policy is already being sabotaged by a few Nigerians. And the poor masses are the ones bearing the brunt of this policy. Because our system is faulty. Our system is porous to corruption. That is why this could be happening. And it's unfortunate it is happening under the nose of the federal government who came to curb corruption. At the end of the day, our country system is being hijacked, is being controlled by few politicians. In as much as cashless policy is the best way to go, this idea for a country to be facing fuel and financial charges by challenges concurrently, and due to poor leadership and poor system we are operating, you can't build something on nothing until we overhaul our system. Good morning.
Morning to you.
Okay, so let me just quickly share my experience with you. What happened to me 2 days ago, stroke yesterday. I wanted to make a transaction worth over 100,000 naira because I made an online
purchase.
Purchase. And when I wanted to do the transfer, I noticed that my app was blocked. So I felt very uneasy. You know, we were at the training yesterday, so I had to rush down to the bank to ask what the problem is. Then I knew that all mobile apps of that particular bank had been blocked without notification.
And what's the reason?
No reason to that until when I got to the bank and they said yes, it's to avoid people hacking into your account. And this same bank had my 40K deducted last year, and they returned 20K. This same
Without
bank,
the reversal of the balance.
I'm telling you, this same bank, if I don't want to mention the name of the bank. This same bank called me in December because I was told that they blocked the app in December because I operate two banks, and this same bank called me December when they blocked the app that I should register for a particular part of they have the savings platform that I should register, and they could not tell me that my app had been blocked.
You see, this is the reason Nigerians express their feelings differently.
Frustrations.
Can you see the videos making the rounds of people
becoming
literally
mad
naked, people fighting each other at bank counters? This is the reason we experienced this.
So the thing for us was okay because I knew I had my ID card with me, so there was no way I could display a bad mood there. But I now looked at the operators. I saw the staff. It was only two set of people that attended to me well. The customer care service was just the way
you can't even
and the way
blame.
they attend to you is like either they are also frustrated, maybe the system has frustrated
They
them.
are frustrated as
And
well.
later they said the bank from Lagos blocked my account in Ibadan. Till now,
My
there's not been
goodness.
rectified.
I'm
So
really
how do you
sorry
want me? How do
about
you,
that.
my mom called me that she does not have 1 naira
It's
to spend.
unfortunate.
So how do I make transfer? How do I make withdrawal?
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. 0909-888-9939 0912-222-2939. We're also taking messages, so do well to send that. We'll be reading your messages shortly. Let's find out who is here. Good morning to you. Welcome to From the Dailies.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, this is Tony from Anake.
It's great to have you, Ruth.
Thank you. Yeah, we keep experiencing economic crisis under the APC federal government. Everything has been bastardized under their watch. So the masses are suffering on a daily basis due to the scarcity of the new Naira notes, bad power supply, scarcity of fuel. We now use money to buy money before we can go on with our daily activities. It's so bad. I told the CBN governor said the new note is hot vote buying, but here we are that it's the same politicians that are romancing the new note. That's stress. So, meaning that the purpose of this new note has been treated with corruption. So my question is, can we really get it right? God bless Nigeria.
Thank you.
Nigeria.
Can we
Let's go
really
straight.
get it right?
I believe we can get it right.
Mm.
I believe we will surely get it right in Nigeria. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome to From the Dailies.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Abiola.
Great to have you.
I want to talk about the new Naira note.
Okay, let's go.
Nigerians can see how uncoordinated this government is. This government is just pleasing their priority wrongly. Despite the design, the money is not yet in full circulation. The masses are suffering because they are unable to get the new note. And back now, they spend 2,000 naira, 1,000 naira a month. They are still suffering for the money we work for. This government is just inflicting more hardship on the citizens. Because over 1.3 million man is in abject poverty already, and the economy of the country is not friendly at the moment. So I only urge the federal government and the CBN governor to work on this policy. What is the end of making policy without full implementation? Thank you. And good morning.
Thank you very much for your contribution. I was telling SOJ that, okay, was it SOJ I was telling this morning that, okay, so people will now rush to bank, withdraw all their money, take it home. Do you know what that means? So people from the underworld, we believe people have cash at home. And when there's an attack, you call the Nigerian police force, they will tell you they don't have fuel in their vans because there's high cost of petrol.
We keep cussing this problem upon ourselves. That's just the truth. Let's check some of the messages you've sent to us on Facebook. All right, the first message here from Ayodele Damilola says, a house that is divided can never stand. APC is becoming a thing of the past. They will gather in one way, but will scatter in many directions. Okay, is the APC turning to a house of commotion? What an interesting time to see internal wrangling in the APC. Why is it that it is only the APC among the political parties that are complaining? It means the Naira redesigned policy has really destabilized their plans. Technically, Tinubu is fighting a spiritual battle, but all this comes to play simply because the party was formed with lies and deceits.
Okay, Omada Adekunle says the APC government's policy is known to be anti-people's policy. The economic situation of Nigeria is getting worse on a daily basis. Under their watch, the masses are at the receiving end of the scarcity of the new Naira notes. No money to cater for daily needs. What is the essence of cashless policy that is expected to prevent vote buying? And the politicians are having their ways of getting the new Naira notes without stress. Electing the APC in 2015 and 19 was a very big mistake to Nigeria.
All right, Bossade Favor is saying, beautiful morning to you, Mr. Victory and Mr. Darkball. The issue of fuel scarcity in Nigeria obviously is so alarming that this APC government at the center isn't willing to end it. They just keep inflicting hardship and sufferings on Nigerians by not making fuel available for the masses. Yet, they say it will be made available in surplus before elections. Also, they budgeted 342 billion on the Moribund refinery at Kaduna. I see this as a means to loot again. Enough of this cajoles. May we never experience such government at the helm of affairs in this nation again.
Now, people at Sokoto and Zamfara prefer to spend SEFA, a foreign currency, in a same country.
Is that permissible?
Where we also have our own legal tender, Naira. We barely have banks in each ward of every local government to dispense money. POS operators in Kogi have now ceased operations for a lot of reasons, yet no pleasant response in favor of people. What's the use of the deadline extension? Bossede favor. And if you're saying this, because there was a story yesterday, I think on the front page of Punch, I can't even remember, where they are spending foreign currency in Nigeria.
That's a crime.
That shouldn't be.
Another headline here from Adironke Akurede saying, good morning, Victory and Darkball. If the president have been acting contrary against the APC manifesto, why was the leaders of the party, or why is the leader of the party led by Tinubu quiet about it? Okay, there's a lot of mishap here and there. If they couldn't impeach him, why was he allowed to contest for a second term after failure the first time? Until this electioneering period. Okay, sorry, this message is somehow.
Let's just hold it there because of the time. Do you want to pick one more message?
Yeah, I'll just take one more message here. Prince Bumi is saying, thank God it's Friday. It is now clear that we have fought fears of government in Nigeria, which is bandits. Okay. Despite the scarcity of the new Naira notes, terrorists is flaunting our new notes in a video. Have we forgotten that this group made a statement that APC federal government knows what we want? And Shekai Gumi also said bandits will request for new Naira notes as ransom. But this government keeps promising us that we will end terrorism on paper, but fail to take proactive steps. Prince Bumi is making that statement.
Okay. It is on this note to wrap it up, but before wrapping it up, Mokajwe is coming up in the next few minutes. This is where we have our politicians, running for different political offices, and they will be talking about their plans. And we have the presenter here, and is today your birthday? Yeah, today is your birthday.
Allah.
Okay, happy birthday in advance.
Happy birthday to you, sir.
Actually, I like your wristwatch, but you don't need to give us food. Just try and
no, you need to, sir.
Get us new.
There's scarcity
no, just get us money, cash. Cash will be fine.
Okay, because so no problem.
Why is he talking like a politician?
It's handling political show. All right, well, remember, I'll be back by 2 o'clock for the Friday show.
All right. Remember that your PVC is the instrument you need to change the narrative of our dear nation. My name is Victory Richard.
Lock yourself. Sell your vote, you don't sell your future, you don't sell your birthright. How much self divide them by 4 years?